and welcome to this video today, which is all about tapping, or EFT, otherwise known as Emotional Freedom Technique. So if you are new to tapping and you'd like to find out more information about how to get started with tapping, then you've come to the right place. Today I'm going to be showing you the how-to part. So if you're looking for more information, I invite you to go ahead and look around on my channel to find other videos that I've created about giving you a bit more information about the history, the background of EFT, what it does and why you might be wanting to use it. But today's video is all about the how-to aspect. So being a practical person myself, let's get going. The first thing that we need to talk about is that we will only be needing to use the hand points and your face. So before we begin, I'm going to talk about how to actually tap. So how we tap is we use the fingers and we use the finger points, and I want you to show you with my hand. When we're tapping, we don't want to be using the nail because we don't want to be causing any pain or damage. But we want to tap with a soft, fleshy part of the finger. The next thing to know is you can choose to tap with one or more fingers if you choose whatever's most comfortable for you. Most people use 2 fingers. I like to use all fingers, all my 4 fingers, because that means that I'm more guaranteed to be hitting the actual acupressure points. And so when you're tapping, it's important to realize not to tap too lightly so that you don't feel anything. You want to tap with a pressure that is going to be comfortable for you. But you don't want to be tapping too hard either, again, because we don't want to leave any marks or bruising on the skin. So now that we know which fingers to use and how hard to tap, the other thing you need to realize is the good news is you can't do this wrong. There is no magical aspect or magic spell about how many times you tap on a certain point, or how quickly you move through the points, or how long you tap on a point, or which sequence you're tapping necessarily. But as long as you're tapping on the points, on the actual acupressure points, you're doing great. So the first point we'll look at today is the eyebrow point. So as the name suggests, the point is literally here on the eyebrow, where your eyebrow begins and on your bone. So never in tapping will we ever tap anywhere inside the eye socket, because that is super sensitive and we don't want to cause any damage. So always remember to tap only on the bone points around on your face, on the eye. So the eyebrow point is again, so if you feel just on your eyebrow, literally on your eyebrow, it's on the bony part of your eye. So you're going to be tapping there, and again, you can choose to use one hand only, maybe your left or your right or both. I like to use both. So the first tapping point is the eyebrow point. So that would look something like this. You're literally going to be tapping where the eyebrow starts. Or look at yourself in the mirror and make sure that you're tapping on the eyebrow. You don't want to be tapping up here or there or there. You know, that might feel good, but that's not how tapping is designed. The eyebrow point is specifically for the eyebrow, on the eyebrow. Great. So the next point is the side of the eye. So side of the eye, again, it's as it says. Again, if you were to draw a line all the way around your eye on the bone, tracing the bone, it's going to be really on the side of the eye, on the bony point there, in line with the end of your eyelid. So if you were to draw a line just literally out to your bone from the eyelid, that's the point there that you want. Again, avoiding any of the soft tissue here in the eye. Great. Next is under the eye. So under the eye is what it says. And if you're looking for a reference point, if you're going to look in the middle of the eye, so, you know, the darkest part of your eye, in the center of that eye, if you were to draw a line straight down, looking ahead, it's going to be sort of in the middle of the eyes, or on the bone point again. And I'd like to encourage you not to compare yourself or what your tapping looks like to somebody else's, because every face is different and beautiful, and every face has its own facial features. So my proportions might be different to somebody else's. So Mine might look like I'm not tapping under my eye, you know, enough. So don't judge yourself. As long as you're judging, as long as you're tapping on the actual point for you, that's perfectly fine. Don't worry about, you know, how close or how far it looks. Fantastic. So the next point is under the nose point. So under the nose, again, is literally in the middle, in the cleft of the nose here, where the nose ends and the top of your top lip. So you're just going to be tapping over there in that cleft right there. Again, some people you'll see tap like this, some people like this, some people like this. It's all good as long as you're tapping on the point. So the chin point now, this is the last facial point, is not going to be on the end. You know, chin sounds like over there, but it's not really there. Where you want to be tapping is in the cleft. So sort of in the middle point between the bottom of your bottom lip and, you know, your chin, the tip of your chin, in the middle there. You can tap again like that. Some people like to do it like that. You can create your own preference, your own style of tapping, as long as you're tapping on the point. Fantastic. So now we'll move down to the neck and torso. So if you put your fingers on your collarbone and draw a line, just trace it all the way to the end points of your collarbone. Your collarbone, you will feel there's two sort of little knobs there. So if you were then to trace down, just drop down like 2.5 centimeters, 3 centimeters, or inches, if you prefer inches, you will feel that there's a slight hollow divot, and that is your collarbone point. Okay, fantastic. Now, the top of the head point. So this is a great point because it's sort of catch-all. So if you were to draw a line from sort of your midline, the top of your forehead here in the middle, all the way down, imagine there's an imaginary line going sort of in the middle of your head. That is the line that you want to be tapping on. And we're going to tap at the back, literally at the middle point, the midpoint, all the way at the back of your head. So not down there, not up here, just in the middle. And I like to tap with all four my fingers because I like to make sure that I'm tapping on that point. And if I tap with more than one, I'm sort of guaranteeing I'm going to hit that point. Great. Now, the other point that you may be seeing, the last point we'll look at, is what people call the side of hand point or the karate chop point. So that would be if you were to sort of touch something, the thing that's going to touch anywhere where you rest your hand in that position is going to be the karate chop. So it's just sort of by the pinky knuckle, just behind there. It's that point there. That's the point that you're wanting to tap. And again, you'll see all sorts of styles. Some people will tap like this. Some people will tap like that. Some people will, you know, fold their hands or do it like that. That is totally fine. It's all up to you, really, your style of tapping, as long as you're tapping on the points. So that's it for today. If you've liked this video, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel to make sure that you're always getting all the news and updates into your inbox. And leave a comment below to let me know if this was helpful and if there's anything else you'd like me to cover around tapping or how to tap or any points or any questions you may have. Have a fantastic day and keep tapping.